you're coming back from one of the concurrent sessions or the other, if you check out the chat in a moment, there'll be a link where you can share your favorite idea that you heard in the session that you attended that you think that the people that attended the other session would benefit from knowing. So you can take a moment, click on that link in the chat, share something that really resonated with you. And a reminder again that all the sessions are recorded. So if you chose one of the sessions and you're curious what happened in the other session, in just a couple weeks, you'll be able to check that out. Stories are powerful. Yes. We had an interesting conversation. I know that the advocacy room was talking all about stories, but we had a really interesting conversation about stories and storytelling in the telehealth room too. And I was telling you what a great crossover we had. I learned that there's a storytelling center in Tennessee, which I did not know. Don't hesitate to share your stories. Yes, I find that most of the time when people tell their story, there's somebody who has some connection to it, even if it's not, you know, the most obvious direct connection. People have some sort of piece of your story that resonates. Opportunities are limitless. Oh, I love that. Certainly takes courage and bravery to tell your story. I can't wait to watch that session. Hi.
Hey, Alissa. Yes, we had an amazing session at the advocacy and sharing our stories. I mean, I could just listen to Germaine and Coral and Ashley all day. So with Coral, my Spanish has to get better, but you know, she taught me. But it was wonderful to hear her share her story in her native language. It was just so free, and she was very clear. And yes, we learned about, you know, different. When we were talking about the Mentimeter and who was inspired, we found out there were some folks there who have been kind of hesitant to share their story that feel a little more encouraged now. So we're grateful. Yes, yes.
Awesome.
So I wish I had been at yours. So I would love to hear. There's a Tennessee storytelling center.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. I think we need to learn more about this.
It was Lisa that knew about it, so I'm sure she'll catch us up next time we all chat together.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes, for
when we
sure.
meet, I'll tell you all about it, Radhika.
Yes.
Okay, well, you know what? If there's a link, it might be something you could add it to our notebook, because I'm sure other people would love to hear about this, because storytelling is, as we learned, is very powerful.
Yeah. If you haven't gotten a chance yet, check out the link in the chat where you can share something else from your session that you heard about. We talked a lot in our session about digital equity. I know health equity comes up, you know, across all of our sessions. And Danielle had some great recommendations about ways to assess your own programs to see how you're doing with digital equity, ways to check in with families to see how you're doing. So that was great to see.
Absolutely. Oh, I look at this rest stop telehealth. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, so that's the phenomenon whereby your provider may be only licensed in New Jersey and New York, so you have to drive over the border. Yes.
Well, you know what? Some of those places, they've been renovated. They could totally have a little telehealth room in there. I think that's a great idea, especially along interstates and all that. That's a great way to improve health equity for all. Oh, thank you, Lisa, for putting that in the chat.
Okay.
I will make sure to add that to the notebook. Yes. But yeah, I think I'm glad you had the session on telehealth. I would have come, but somehow I haven't learned how to teleport and be at two places at once. But I will look forward to listening to your session on that. Yeah, yes, that was something that came from what Coral said. She's like, I didn't choose this life. You guys are choosing to be in the field. So remember about us.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's truly inspiring. But I'm glad that you were able to talk about some other options that are going, you know, for health equity and telehealth and all that. So that's wonderful.
ASH versus the FDA.
Ah, yes, absolutely. And that goes along with the line across. Never underestimate a mother advocating for her child.
Absolutely. Well,
It
we'll
was
try to capture kind of some of these sentiments and certainly other things that people shared in the notebook. And I know there's a lot of people in both cases that will catch up on those recordings so that they don't miss out on what happened. I know I was getting messages about how great the other session is, so everybody has a little session envy. Choose their
Absolutely.
journey, but super grateful for everyone that joined us. Lisa shared her family story in our session, and I know that Powell and Germaine and Ash shared their stories beautifully in the other session.
Oh, I love this quote. A worried mother does better research than the FBI. That's great. I would assume that's incredibly accurate too.
It's a great quote.
Maybe the FBI should consider hiring more moms
Mhm.
because we know how to do the research.
There is something that happens to you though, where the urgency of that research and the thoroughness that you will, search every corner of the web if it's something that you're trying to protect your child from.
Absolutely. Actually, that's something Ash talked about. Ashley, she was talking about how she works best under flight or fight. And that's what happened with her when she had to fight the FDA to get formula for her son because he couldn't live without it and she would not rest.
Yeah.
So that just goes to show, like you said, there's something that turns on in us. So amazing.
Yeah. Awesome.
So we're looking forward to your session, Alissa. It should be, you're starting it soon, right?
Yes, yeah. So we are going to take a quick break, just 10 minutes, and then we're going to come back together for the very last session where we're really just hoping to let everybody step back, reflect on everything we've done together over the last 2 days, take a peek at everything that's been collected in the notebook, and then, take a little bit of time to find people that are interested in the same things you're interested in and make some new connections, make sure you have the resources you need so that you can really leave the conference feeling like you're ready to kind of make the next step in whatever your personal project is in genetics right now. So we will take, as I said, a 10-minute break. We'll be back to start the very last session.